Welcome to Soltron. This is a video review for the Animaltron Mini Force set of all 6 figures. You can get these on Sir Toys. I got them all for like 50 bucks, which is a pretty good deal, considering that just one of these deluxe figures costs, or the DX version costs $50. Here's a Transformer size comparison, so you can see these guys are pretty much deluxe sized. And here's the Falcon with his actual DX sized figure, and here's the downsized version. And here they are with an actual Mini Force figure, which are just giant compared to these two guys. Okay, and let's start with the Falcon just to highlight some differences. So first thing, his visor is not transparent plastic. So compared with the DX version, this guy's got a clear visor, so you can see the basically Power Ranger figure that goes inside here. So he's hollow inside, so you can fit a figure to ride in his body. You can see my review of this figure in my other reviews. So this guy does not have that feature. These downscaled versions are not ride armor anymore, so they don't have little figures that ride on them. They're just transforming robots, which I kind of like, actually. And then you can see there's paint apps missing. This guy's got like blue on his shoulders. This one is missing those blue accents. The toes are looking pretty much the same. This guy, actually, these talons would be black on the DX version, and they don't have the articulation where they fold back. Another difference is the wing is totally hollow versus the wing on the DX version has 2 sides. So there's a lot of differences between these two figures. There's a lot of cost cutting happening, but these guys all feel really sturdy in hand, even despite the cost cutting. I would still say they're pretty much 10s in terms of quality. They feel like really good plastic. Okay, and let's check out these first 3 guys on the turntable, so you can get a good 360 of them. They look really good. Like, they're very true to their DX versions. So the designs, I think, are pretty awesome. So Mini Force are my favorite kind of transforming robots. Just the design of the robots are my favorite. So I'm probably a little bit biased. I would say the design of all these guys, it's definitely solid 8, 9s for some of them. They're a little bit stubby looking, which I don't particularly like, which is why I wouldn't say any of them are definitely 10s, but some of them look really good. So this guy looks pretty proportional. He comes with like this bow weapon, or I don't know, a 2-handed blade maybe. It's hard to say what they were doing with that. And then his articulation is he's got outward motion. He still doesn't have head articulation, which, like, there's no excuse now that he doesn't have a figure to ride inside of him. He's got a good amount of outward kick, knee bend 90 degrees, and then he's got some ankle pivot, or some ankle pivot. And then he's got his wings fold backwards, and they also can fold up, but that's more for transformation. So to transform him, you do open up his backpack here, and then you can see there's no room for a figure to ride in him. You're just going to close his head up and then raise his Falcon head, and then you just lower the tail section, and you're going to have a nice swept look. And even the tops of his wings are hollow, so a lot of cost cutting there. And then you kind of just orient these talons the best you can. In the original figure, he kind of, actually he turns more like this, and then like this, and you can't really get the toes out of the way because these don't pivot anymore. So you lose one little bit of transformation joint. But he's going to look like this when he's transformed, and then you get his tail section. I think it goes this way, and that just pegs under here. There you go, pretty good looking eagle mode on that. Okay, we're going to go through Gorilla here pretty quickly too, because I've already reviewed this guy in the DX version. So his face mask is just all black, no eye details or anything like that. Looks pretty good for articulation, no head articulation. You're not going to get any arm articulation really, except for just the forward, backward, And then you're going to get forward and backward on the legs. These do not pivot out. And then he has less than 90 on the knee. There's not much happening there. And then a bit of an ankle rocker. And then he does come with this shield weapon, which is a bit of parts forming. So to transform him, you're just going to open up the panel again, fold the head out of the way, and then the gorilla head is going to fold up on this armature. You're going to peg that in there, close up the chest, and then these sections, just like in the DX figure, are going to rotate around to give more bulk to these fists. And then you're just going to secure the butt plate on the back here. And there you have really excellent looking gorilla. Okay, next we have the lion. He's got, of course, a black visor, solid, no transparent plastic. He does come with this little tail weapon, which is pretty pathetic. It's a little dagger. He does have outward motion on the arm, no elbow joint. He does have wrist pivot, no head articulation. Yeah. And then no waist either. He does have full forward kick. Somewhat of a back kick. These little boosters get in the way. He does not have, he's got like a little bit of in and out that kind of barely counts. Then almost a full 90 on the knee. And then he's got no pivots. He's got actually forward and backward pivots slightly. That's probably mostly for transformation. So to transform this guy, you're going to use all those leg joints. And then he's got an extra joint here to make him more of a beast mode. Then you do the same thing on the other leg, fold down the arms, of course, and then pivot the claws forward. And then you're going to unhinge the lion head, take off the mane, fold the head back like the other two figures so far. Close up the mane, pivot the lion head into place, and then you just take this puny little tail, and you're just going to peg it right there. And it looks very out of place, but the back leg looks really good. I like these little hip thrusters. It's very Zoid-like. And then he looks like he should have an opening mouth, but he does not. That is two pieces of plastic, but they're just basically glued together or something. That mouth does not open. So not too bad on the lion mode. Robot mode definitely looks better and a lot cleaner, so he looks okay. Okay, intermission. So these guys come with just black and white instructions. Like I said, the quality on these is really good, so I do imagine that these are officially licensed. Okay, now we get to elephant. It's hard to tell, but he does have translucent plastic and then black outline around it. Not that you can really tell, but it is in there. And then he's got an articulated trunk for some reason. He's got this one axe weapon. He does have a little bit of in and out on the shoulder, and then 360, no head articulation, of course. And then he does have a ball joint at the hip here, so he's got an outward kick, forward kick. Backwards is going to get hampered by these plates back here. And then this one, surprisingly, no knee joint. The knee bends the other way for transformation, so that's really disappointing. No knee joint on this guy. They could have easily worked that in. And then he does have ankle rocker here. So I like the way this guy looks, but he's a little bit limited compared to the other ones. So of course you're going to open his backpack, you're going to flip down the head, and then you're going to bring up the elephant head, so you can get kind of these hybrid modes. And then that's going to go all the way up here. You're going to fold the arm down, the arms, fold the fist into place, rotate these forward, and then the back legs you're going to lift up these knee pads, get those out of the way, and then you're going to bend this forward. The knee pads basically just give clearance for this hip skirt. They don't actually do anything else. So he does not have a knee up at all. It doesn't even bend backwards. I was wrong about that. And then I feel like there should be a place for this axe weapon, but there is not. But pretty good looking elephant mode. Okay, and let's get these three on the turntable. I forgot to do that. So you can see all the way around that these are good looking figures. Really solid designs. This one reminds me of like a Mega Man X figure. Actually, they all remind me of like Mega Man X or Mega Man Zero. Okay, next we got the Alligator, and she's got black face too, just a black visor. Very cool looking body, very clean because she's got this giant shield. Then you can maybe peg this in a different way, maybe like this. I don't know, you're not going to get much articulation out of this. Well, actually, there you go. So that kind of covers her body. That's a pretty cool look. But you got this giant shield, you got this giant lance, so that's pretty cool. Even though it is technically parts forming, you got this in and out on the legs here, so you got a decent amount of spread. You're getting toe pivots too, and then backwards bending knees, so she does not have correct knees. And then you do have elbow joints at 90 degrees, so not bad. You do not have bicep swivel though, of course, and you're not going to have any head articulation. So she's very easy to transform. You're actually going to fold up this panel, and then you're going to fold the head down as you fold the alligator head up. And then you're just going to put this into the chest cavity. And then you're going to fold these shoulder pads to get the legs more flush against the body. And then she also looks like she should have an opening mouth, but no, not going to happen. And then you're just going to fold these back legs forward. And then you're going to want to get those close together so they're all pointing the right way. And then finally, you're going to take all her kibble pieces. You're just going to peg the lance onto the back here. And then this is just going to peg into this hole here and these two holes in the back of the legs. So it's going to peg securely, and then you got really good looking animal mode, nice and clean. Okay, and then finally you have the Rhino. He does have a red visor, so that's nice that he breaks the combo there. He does come with this hammer weapon, which fits loosely into his hand, but it does fit. It's pretty good looking. And then he's not going to have any head articulation. He's going to have good amount of outward motion here. Wrist swivel. He does have elbow swivel, but no elbow bend. So that's unfortunate. And then he does have outward motion on the hips. And then his knees fold the wrong way for transformation. And then he's got ankle pivots. So nothing too special with this guy either. You're going to, of course, open up his backpack, fold his head in, get that out of the way, double joint his beast mode head into place. And then you're going to fold these little chest panels out of the way, fold the arms down and into the place they need to go to, and then you open up these knee pads so you can fold up the legs better